Okay, I want you guys to listen to it and tell me if it's actually going.
Okay.
I won't.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the help.
You're welcome. Wish there was a way to make
Yeah,
the
it's
chat
going.
be
I just
bigger.
want to, I just want to make sure that didn't happen like last time, where it was you guys not being able to talk. It was only about fighting game stuff anyway, so who cares?
That's the most important topic.
Is it?
See, the best thing about that is that after that one podcast ended, me and Relic actually talked about Tekken for 1 hour. So we actually could do an entire podcast on Tekken.
Don't.
In fact, screw it. Just delete all those topics and put in Tekken. You can do that real quick, right?
No.
Oh, well, fine. So yeah, let's
Oh, yeah.
frog it in Technikiller.
Hello, everybody. Oh yeah, I have to put that thing unlisted. Otherwise, that would be that one person who's gonna catch the video isn't gonna miss it now. All because of that.
Yeah, Cube is not exploded anymore. He reformed.
Yes, I have.
He's a
been
dime a
spreading
dozen.
back up.
Yes. Bum 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 bum.
And I didn't get all the topics up on the
Whatever.
thing.
No one reads that.
Those are just baby topics, also.
Yeah. All right. So what's going on, Relic?
Yeah, Mister, I'm gonna come into Skype 5 minutes before we start, and then just stalk for a while.
Okay, so Relic's dead. Oh, there he is. Did you just wake up or something?
No, I'm just like not talking to you people.
No.
You all.
Oh, fair
Well,
enough.
he has told the
In a world.
Whoops, I wasn't supposed to. Stop. There. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, what do you want to go and do first?
Well, I could play that intro thing.
If you want to. I don't know if it's. I don't know. It would have made more sense.
Official.
Yeah, but if we had done that before we started talking, I could say it would. You just save it till next time. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now we got plans. This is gonna be the most professional podcast.
Are you guys ready for professionalism on a very low scale?
Yes. Wait. No.
Okay. What? So, what do you guys want to talk about first?
Well, all right. First of all, and I don't have links because again I'm not prepared. But the game that I've been obsessed with that doesn't exist yet, Eugenics, has a new trailer, and everyone should look it up, even though it shows no actual gameplay, and no one knows exactly what the game is. It has a 100% chance of being the best game that I've ever played.
Well, apparently, you take a cat, and then you rub it on another cat,
And then the
then
original
that-
cat gets fed.
and then the cat gets fat, but we don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, that's what happens in the game.
Eugenics. I actually
That's
have a
gonna be
trailer
great.
for it that I can post in the thingamabobber.
Cool.
Or Neuro Guy is probably already prepared for that.
Yes, Mert Nero Guy, the fourth member of this podcast, has all of the trailer links.
There you guys go. That's the Eugenics trailer.
Yeah.
Watch that instead of our
But-
podcast.
There are almost no incidences where I've been disappointed with a Team Meat game. Like, even before they were Team Meat, I was playing their games. And there's only been, like, one or two when I was like, this is a little bit too weird. But I usually love them. And again, I'm expecting this to be the Chow Mini game with cats, and maybe with not racing, I don't know. Maybe with fighting, I don't know. There's supposedly, like, millions of different cat combinations, and you can show them off to your friends, and that's about all we know. We don't... No one knows exactly what the game is because they're not telling us. And on the same chord, Team Meat is apparently remaking Binding of Isaac, a game that I would have loved to Let's Play, but I couldn't record it because it's based on Flash, which is terrible, which causes all types of other things. But they're remaking the entire game with different graphics and essentially another entire update patch worth of content. So I'm pretty excited about that.
And you went and deleted your save to try to record it, but alas.
Yeah. That was a sad day. I deleted like 20 hours of progress so I could start fresh from the recording, and then I couldn't record it.
Yeah,
No.
well.
Flarn.
Well, okay, let's tackle this other thing. The Wait and Queue podcast MP3s. I took the liberty of downloading all of the Wait and Queue podcasts off of YouTube and converting them to MP3s for people who want to listen to it on the go for some reason. Make your ears bleed on the go. So here's a link to the MediaFire folder so you guys can download the WayneQ.mp3 files.
Yeah, it's basically for people like me who actually listen to podcasts when we're walking around. And I would do that with our podcast because I'm crazy like that, but I usually just watch Relic's thing because he has the actual chat,
Yes.
and it's just better that way. Because last time there was interesting conversations going on, and I actually missed half of them. So, I actually went back and read about people reading on the toilet with 300 books and all the other insanity that happened. But yeah, be careful with using your MP3 player when you're crossing train tracks because you might die. There,
Yeah,
public
look
service
look
announcement.
both ways and then cross.
Don't jump over the thing that stops you from crossing because you think you can make it. At least not while listening to our podcast. You can do it while listening to some other podcasts, but I'd feel pretty bad if this was the last thing that you heard before you died.
If you have some type of vehicle, go for it, but
See, now supposedly, even listening to podcasts when you're driving is not a good idea, and I don't know why, but they've done studies.
that would be just like the radio, wouldn't it?
Yes, so it confuses me. So it's not just podcasts, it's just like people talking. Like, that's why you're not supposed to listen to phone calls or, like, even the hands-free thing is apparently really dangerous. But, screw it. It's not as dangerous as texting, though, because you're at least looking at the road.
I hate the damn little flip phones with their stupid button texting. Ugh, that's terrible.
Mm. No, I used to be driven to work with a guy that, like, sped and texted, and we almost died, like, 3 times, so that was cool. It was exciting, at the very least. But alright. Hey, Relic!
Whoops. That wasn't supposed to show up yet. Crap.
Wasn't supposed. Oh God! How'd you do that?
That was, something... Don't... Just...
I
Erase
didn't
that
know
from
that-
your mind.
I didn't know that you could do things.
Okay,
Wait. You should do other things. That was awesome. I didn't know you could do things. Wait, that means I can give you crazy pictures to show.
Yes.
Oh, where's that one of me killing you in Awesome Nods?
No, that's Photoshop. We don't have Photoshop things on here.
I know, I wanted you to show off my great Photoshop. Oh, well, I can't find it.
Okay, good. So, Relic, do you have any topics then? Or...
Are you already out of topics?
Well,
It's
I
possible.
have one more, but I was thinking maybe we could
You're
get
gone
you to
for a
talk.
week. You're gone for a week, and you came with 2 topics.
Hey, that's
One
2
of
more
which was
topics.
an update.
That's 2 more topics than I've come up with previous weeks.
No, not you, Cross.
Oh.
This is Companion.
Oh.
Wait, I
okay.
actually have expectations? This is way out of my league. Well, I'm out. See ya. I'm gone. This is it. See ya.
Well, we don't really need him here. He's streaming it, but
Yeah, that's okay. We have his computer. So.
oh my god,
Anyway,
back yet?
Topics.
He is back. Splendid.
I just
Why
Oh,
don't you tell everybody what you were doing, Companion? They were all very curious last
What are you
week, and by
talking
curious I mean they didn't care. But
Yeah, why weren't you here, companion?
I
You were
was actually off in the Bahamas fighting velociraptors, avenging the death of my godfathers. Multiple.
both of your 2 godfathers.
that's not completely out of there.
I guess not. Somehow
Well,
it
there
seems
was,
more
like-
suspicious than the velociraptors, though.
Well, there's like 50 of them though. So.
There's 50 godfathers,
Yep.
all killed by velociraptors.
By a mecha velociraptor. I forgot to mention that.
And all your godfathers are in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
They're all dead.
All of them.
And did I forget to mention that the mecha reptile, I forgot, velociraptor had a minigun?
No, but I assumed it would have something within it widespread to kill that many godfathers at once, but
Exactly.
regardless.
I see.
I don't think any of that happened.
But no, I was at
No, it's not in it.
I was at my grandparents, and then I was at my aunt's for a week each. So
Oh.
And then he complains about spider eggs and wasps and other
well,
things.
hey, it's not my fault. Wasps were just like, I want to go to your AC and live under it, and then a spider's like, oh, hey, how's this going? Oh, I'll just lay my babies in here.
Inside of you.
No.
That'd be delightful, because
There's just spiders in your stomach now.
uh,
That sounds
I'm
like
not
a
to worry
good
about him
vacation.
for much longer.
But we'll have new podcast hosts in the form of
Oh.
many spiders.
Random LP lover says that he can only hear me out of my left earbud. Can you guys only hear me out of left?
I
thing?
hear you out of both.
What about you, Neural, and other people? Can you guys hear me out of only the left? Now we wait for the day.
This is
Wait, there is a company that makes just zippers?
That would be
Seriously?
amazing.
That seems really specific.
We need to all pull together and.
Alright. You're being hurt, Bun. By everyone except for you and Random Elpier. You're the only two people that are hearing it wrong.
Maybe it's because he's using earbuds.
Maybe.
or not. Could just be that you suck. It's your fault always.
Oh. I always let you guys down. I'm sorry.
So
You
what was that picture? What was that picture we were supposed to say?
We have to get Relic talking.
No, but what was that picture?
It was.
What was that picture?
Fine. Here. It was. It was unveiling the 2DS, Nintendo 2DS. If you guys
It's
heard of
oh,
it.
there it is.
Yes.
That looks weird.
It looks dumb.
Yeah, it's a 3DS, but without the 3D. Because the
And the
3DS
hinges.
actually came with a thing that could turn it into a 2DS.
Yes.
Holy crap! But they decided that the 3D technology was just simply too much excess. So they had to simplify it for you. So you can't even fold it over anymore. No
Yeah.
more closing. They took that out. That was an optional feature anyway. And they
Mhm.
took the 3D out because who wants to see 3D?
Well, that's true actually, because I don't know anyone who uses a 3DS that turns the 3D on.
No
And
one
it-
does.
No, it's
but,
terrible. It hurts your eyes, and it makes the game look weird and confusing.
but nonetheless, this is potentially their greatest thing. And also, you gotta love the positioning of a lot of those buttons.
Mm. Oh,
Just
yeah, that is a
really
little bit
sweet.
weird.
Pretty bad. Like, to be honest, it was supposed to be like a lower end, lower budget type thing.
Mm.
But for some reason they made it like a controller, and they didn't think to put on another of those. That's not called a thumbstick, is it?
Wait, how big is this?
It's
Can you put this in your pocket?
No.
No, it's like
Oh.
it's like the original 3DS, but unfolded.
I
Okay,
don't know
to be
why they
honest, I was thinking about, like, if I was going to get one, it would be this, but if I can't put it in my pocket, that's a deal breaker.
I don't know why they
Like,
wouldn't make it a hinge system.
Yeah.
Did they do it only for the gimmick of the 2DS? Because that's a pretty terrible reason.
That would be hilarious.
If they wanted to take out the 3D, they should have just copied the 3DS's complete design and just taken out the 3D.
Yes.
Because the 3DS has a very nice design, in my opinion.
Well, I
Like
think they called
apparent-
it the 2DS because it's only, it doesn't hinge at all.
They
Yeah,
could
but that's
just
just
call it
dumb.
the DS. Oh, wait, did they already have a DS?
Yeah, they had
They
like
could
5
call it the
variants of it.
DS1.
The DS,
No, the hinge is the breaker. I
the
can't.
DS whatever.
The DS, whatever.
Yes, whatever.
It don't matter. There's a
You want
joke.
3D? Well, whatever.
That's a
It's a
joke
joke
that
that we made.
nobody's...
No one knows what we're talking about.
nobody's
Man,
gonna
I
get
wish that had been a podcast. That
I
was the
know.
single greatest conversation
That
ever.
might have been the moment when we realized we could do a podcast.
Oh my
Because
god.
that was amazing.
That was
lasted
like
for, half
that
an
was like that was if you continue the rundown, like we blasted the Xbox for like 30 minutes, then we had a 30-minute segment of just the Xbox whatever where we continued to blast it. Like that would have been a perfect podcast.
Yeah, 'cause
One
that's-
topic.
It's gonna be the next Xbox, the Xbox whatever.
That
They
was
don't care.
back when they were really... Like, they didn't release hardly any information about the Xbox.
So that was when we got amazing statements like, the Xbox is not going to need to be online all the time, but it does require an internet connection.
Exactly, that means...
Like, what do you... I don't know what you mean!
I just don't get it. What are you
Yeah.
trying to say?
Hmm.
Making sense? Whatever.
Screw that.
Who needs that? Marketing, whatever.
If I get something, it's going to be a PS4, and that's probably going to be when the PS5 comes out, so...
Oh, did you know that the PS4 also now requires a paid subscription to play online?
Oh. Free ride is over.
Oh,
Wait.
that's-
Will they be continuing a free service on the PlayStation 3, or is that going to go
I
away?
have no idea.
Hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't affect me, so I can't actually check like
But-
just
but-
by waiting.
But how do we have to play Tekken once
I
I
would
get...
assume that they would keep the free for the PS3 for at least a little bit, like
Hmm.
a grace period.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it would just be PlayStation Plus because I haven't read anything about them being like, okay, this is our new thing.
Hmm.
Like, I think it'd just be a PlayStation Plus membership, and those are still cheaper than Microsoft's.
What,
Fuck
like
them.
$15 a month or something? Like,
I I don't know.
It's,
for 3
um,
months of PlayStation Plus, I think it was $18 for 3
Yeah,
months.
it's about $20 for 3 months on gold. Also,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not
But
that
the thing
For
is,
gold for a
with
year, it's $70. I think the PlayStation 3 was just 60, so it's a $10 difference, but still.
I just think
Speaking
it's-
of Tekken, let's talk about that for 45
no,
minutes.
okay, I'm just gonna end you here, and
All right, podcast over. Thank goodness. Now I
Alright.
can go back to my day.
So me and Relic are going to have a separate podcast now about Tekken called the Lily Gets Hit by Fat Guy podcast.
have fun
We'll
with
call
the
it
two
the
people in the
fighting
world.
queue.
The two people in the world who actually care about fighting games.
Hey,
That's us.
there's like 20 of us.
Oh man, calm down there. Holy poop.
Why are there so
Well, I
many
can always
silly-
talk about visual novels. Da. That's not a more niche market in America than fighting games. No.
Yeah, only 15 people care about visual novels.
Hey, at least I
Exactly.
can actually comprehend how to play those. You click a next page button.
No, sometimes you have to make choices.
With
And some of them have
facts.
rudimentary fighting systems.
Dude,
Gosh, Penny, you're so ignorant.
sometimes
Well,
you have to take a waffle and put it in a toaster, and then it starts the dinner cutscene because you have dinner for breakfast.
That sounds
And-
hot.
Pretty great. It's the game I would make.
Oh man.
Sometimes you're tasked
Waffle
with creating a
Simulator.
real life gig.
I play Waffle Simulator.
The
2013.
the most simulated of the waffles.
No,
No.
it's French Toast add-on DLC
Oh,
Damn
that should
straight.
be the main game.
for only $5.
French toast is way more interesting than waffles.
And it has microtransactions where you can get maple syrup also to increase your score.
Oh, screw that.
Exactly.
Apparently this game's made by EA. I'm not down.
Exactly.
I'm not buying the EA version of Waffle Simulator.
Okay, I'm gonna switch off of the 2DS.
I can't... Oh, screw it.
Bye bye, Block.
That is... just...
We will never miss you.
They could have at least added two sticks things. What are those things called? They aren't called
The analog
sticks. What are
Analog.
Well, I don't think they, because the 3DS doesn't use like dual stick. It uses one stick for movement, and then you have to use a stylus. That's always been the DS's
Wow,
gag.
That is
Is stylus.
terrible. What?
Oh, yeah.
Why
But
not
most
just add
games
a
don't
second
even.
one?
But most games don't even have that kind of need either. Most games you just need either the stylus or, like one or the other. You
Oh,
don't need
yeah,
to
I
have
guess
both.
they designed it around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stylus was their main selling point for that thing.
Well, one thing that I was interested in with the Xbox One versus PS4 is that how they're selling the Kinect with the Xbox One mandatory, how you can't get a separate console without the Kinect.
Mhm.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, but the thing is, then developers that are developing games for that system, they'll be
Or
able to
developing
design
it with
a
the
game.
knowledge the Kinect's fucking there.
Yeah,
So then they expect you to have a damn Kinect, and it's like, I don't want to use a stupid thing.
no,
Yeah.
if they use it for something that's actually good and not you flailing your arms around stupidly.
But it's
then-
very... I don't know if you've ever used a Kinect, but it's not good.
well.
Yeah, it's
apparently,
like a dumbed down Wii, and the voice activated controls are terrible.
Well, apparently, according to multiple people, the Xbox One Kinect is far superior to the 360.
I'd have to say.
Yeah,
Because I
have-
played that
still
Star
wouldn't
Wars game, and it was not a good
Oh,
game.
God. Didn't Jesse Cox
Da-
and
Da-
Dodger
da-
play that?
da-
It was him and Total Biscuit did the dancing game. No one would play the dancing game with me because my friends are lame. Extremely,
I
extremely
bet
low.
Relic would have.
You know it.
That's
Answer for us.
why we all need to go to PAX.
We'd have to do 2v1 dance off.
I don't think it works that way.
Now it does.
In fact, if other people are on the screen, it gets angry at you. It's like, why you have 4 arms? No!
And it turns into a red circle.
Yeah, it explodes. That's how you get the red circle.
you just instantly get the red circle with that. That's it. Game
It's a
over.
red ring of death, sir.
Oh, I am sorry. I apologize. I'm just not nerdy enough.
Go back to the school, scrub.
Alright, so did you guys have any other
Get good at Call of Duty, noob.
Oh, dear.
We can just turn it into this.
No, move on. Okay. I had a topic in the back of my mind, then I forgot.
Lies.
So Relic.
Good job. So Relic.
What topic?
So have you ever? have you guys ever seen like a game go from like if it has a successful genre? Have you ever seen it switch genre?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not very often though, right?
Yeah, Duke
Doesn't
Nukem I
happen.
know had different genre every 5 seconds.
Well, yeah. Well, Duke Nukem's just a strange game,
Yeah.
but this reaffirms our points last time, where Japanese, visual novels are huge in Japan because there's an actual shooter game, and I'm not talking shooter like first person. I'm talking shooter like Sonic Adventures 2, Eggman level shooter. kind of
Oh.
deal. Or Star Fox level shooter kind of deal.
Mm.
That kind of shooter. Extremely popular in Japan. They didn't explain most of the storylines until you started playing.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's getting a release as a visual novel because the storyline was actually the most important thing people liked. Which is just crazy to me.
So when is the Call of Duty visual novel coming out?
Where's
in
the
America?
MMS?
Not the same kind of shooter. Again.
Modern
So
military.
when is the... I don't know. The Sonic thing, there's not a lot of shooters like
But
that.
it's just so weird that they would choose to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because it was a Star Fox-esque shooter where you had like control over where you were going. Like it was like a Star Fox boss battle. So you had control over what you were doing in the map, but you had to complete certain objectives.
Mhm.
So it was a shooter that was actually markable in America for once.
Yeah.
And it had a really cool concept where the missiles that you fire
Mhm.
to either evade, like to either intercept other missiles or to destroy things, would actually drain your shields, making you have to strike a balance between attack and defense.
Mhm.
And it was like your mech was this big hulking badass mech that was extremely sluggish and slow to turn, so that you knew, like you were packing a lot of power, but if you fucked up, and that was just it.
What is this game called?
Liberation Maiden, because you were
Mater?
actually playing a female
Liberation
president.
Maiden.
Yes, because you're actually
Oh.
playing a female president of Japan.
Okay.
And they take the term president as commander-in-chief very seriously because you're literally the only person pretty much in the army.
Oh.
And you
Wow.
get this giant mech to do war with.
Well,
I'm
I-
assuming
I
that's
can download
actually how it is in Japan.
Just Japan's military, one giant mech.
Yeah, we said they weren't allowed to have a military in World War II, so they're like, all right, and they just made one gigantic mech and put a woman in it. And now every 4 years, she
Every-
goes out.
Wait.
They have to replace her every 4 years to make
Oh.
sure that she's still
Right.
a cute
I thought
Japanese
she
girl.
was going out during the presidential debates.
No, her father actually was the president, but he got assassinated, so then she was president.
Spoilers!
really?
Oh my god. I was gonna
That's
let's play
background
that game.
stuff. Stop. Not shit.
But it just boggles my mind that they have a successful genre. Then because people responded so well to the storyline, instead of developing the storyline again through the same genre, they were like, "Fuck this genre. Let's make a visual novel."
It would only work in Japan. They could not pull that anywhere else.
Just Call of Duty,
Oh.
the visual novel.
Mm.
And it kind of annoys me because it's like I see this as being something that could have been brought to America and marketed successfully. But now there's not even like a sequel. It's like,
Well, they could still bring the
Shut
single
up.
one over. I mean, they will never be able to bring the visual novel over,
No.
even if it's the most successful game ever.
They
But
could just do it digitally, like that other. What's that one company that released only digitally over here? They talked about like a podcast or two ago. I don't remember.
they don't release only digitally; they'll release physically as well. Just usually it's
No, I
digitally.
mean-
Xseed.
They should do it digitally, only digitally over here, if they want to take a risk, like so then they don't have such huge risk.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like it's completely a markable game here. But the thing is, they can't do it really that digitally because it's a 3DS game. So it was designed around the stylus and all that. So digitally for 3DS kind of runs under different rules than like a PC game would. It's harder to translate. It's harder to do things
And then
with.
you got the problem with the 3DS not being very popular over here, as it is
Yeah,
in Japan.
yeah.
Like, that thing's just selling like hotcakes apparently in Japan.
It's so popular they're gonna bring you the 2DS.
Oh man! Back away,
I feel like-
everybody.
I feel like the 2DS is kind of a slap to our faces. It's like, you know what, Americans are so why is he French? The Americans are so simple. They need a 2DS. They can't even be trusted with 3D.
well, honestly, if it had a hinge, I'd be considering it. But if I can't put it in my pocket, that's a deal breaker.
Why
A
would they
handheld
make
needs to go in my
hinge?
pocket. I don't have a purse. I don't have a backpack. I need to put it in my pocket.
You're not like the stereotypical Japanese woman who all have purses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's a Tokyo woman in specific because they have the purses with the little dogs in them.
If I wear really baggy cargo pants, I bet it could fit, but that'd be enough. I need a belt.
My goodness, that'd be something.
Mm-hmm. Persona 4 is a dating sim.
Is it?
That
Most
can't
games
be-
that fan are dating sims now.
No, I heard that Persona 4 is actually a good game.
No, all the Personas are pretty cool. The first one even was like really great and weird. No one's played that one, and my disc of it broke, so I won't be playing it.
You know, I really wanted to play Harvest Moon.
You should just play the one for the Super Nintendo, because that's the only one I've played, and it's awesome.
I like all the Harvest Moons.
The problem with the Super Nintendo one is that as soon as you marry a girl, all of their personality disappears, and they become generic wife with different colored hair. It's like, but I married this one because she's really good with mechanics and cool and says weird things, and now she's just like, "Hello, dear, here's a pie." It's
So
like,
that was that happened in the second the one for the GameCube.
Mhm.
As soon as the girls all seemed to have super great personalities, and you'd be talking to them like every day and be like, oh, they now seem to have something interesting to say. Then you get married to them, and it's like now they say nothing.
yeah, they all say the same thing, and they look the same. It's like you used to work in a bar and be a party cool and be awesome, and now you're like, "Hello, here's a pie." It's like you said, just like the mechanic. Great.
It's,
Why? Why? They need to fix that. Someone needs to make a mod. Never mind. I'm not gonna play that game again. But like, that seems like that could be modded out.
What if you made a simulator? A
Well, it is a
dating simulator.
It is a dating
See,
simulator.
It all grinds back
Yeah, I'm
around
pretty
for
sure
you
it's
to let's play
actually-
it.
In most of them, I'm pretty sure it's required for you to stay in the village that you have to get married.
Yeah,
Just in the original, wasn't it 3 years? I think.
yeah. It's 3 years, and the farther you get along in your family, the better ending you get. So if you have you have to pay attention to your wife and stuff if you want kids.
You gotta pop out all those babies.
I think to get the best ending, you need to have 2 kids or something like that. I don't think I've ever even had one. But you know what? My farm was nice, so...
I know for the original, for the remake on the PlayStation, you had to have the horse too to get the best ending.
Oh.
You
Whoa.
couldn't lose the horse.
What do you got?
It's really sad when you name your chickens and they get eaten by foxes.
They
Wait.
changed that in the PlayStation 1 version to be this angry dog that attacked it only at night.
Wait, you
Oh.
can name chickens?
Well,
Yeah.
not in the original one, but I named them.
Okay, I might have to buy the game now.
Well,
In
you
the
could just...
PlayStation version, you could name them actual name them, and then they'd come
Oh.
up,
Okay.
and then you can enter them into chicken fighting competitions, which is
Wait, are you serious?
well, the fighting wasn't what you'd expect from fighting. It was the chickens screech at each other, and then one runs away.
Oh.
Hmm.
I thought they introduced cockfighting into a Harvest Moon. That would have been messed up.
They did, but not in the sense that we're used to.
Oh my god. Largan.
Well,
I think it's.
Hmm?
I think the Harvest Moons are being sold $10 or less on the PlayStation Classics section.
I'd have to look at which ones were good, because I know there have been bad ones. But
Just-
I should just not play it.
yeah.
They're pretty good. I think the bad ones were mainly the ones on the DS, the Game Boy,
Mm-hmm.
because that had such crap controls and graphics compared to the other one. I was just like, why would I bother?
Yeah.
Well,
So
Relic,
what?
do you have any other topics?
Do you have any other topics?
I had
We
one,
talk
I
about-
thought about one, but then I forgot about it.
We could talk about the state of video games. I don't know what we'd go with for that, but I mean,
What do you mean the
a
state
lot of video games are just really complicated now, don't you think? Overcomplicated.
Well, they have to
In
be.
the sense, they don't have to be. You can do something simple like FTL and pull it off. But you go Modern Warfare introduces new guns every single time. Or a lot of indie games, we have over 900 weapons. That's not always a good thing. Having
And-
a whole bunch of stuff can also be a detriment.
Well, with easy mechanics like Call of Duty, you just swap out different sights and on guns, and it's not in depth. The gameplay isn't very in depth. It's only the customization that's sort of in depth. So
Yeah, I know what is that game? Planet Side had 200 guns or something weird like that. You had to buy, and all of them were kind of the same, but one of them would reload a little bit faster, and one of them do a little bit more damage, and I don't know.
I just feel like a lot of games nowadays are trying to do something, trying to give people a lot of options and make it be super fun and replayable. But they're kind of overkilling it a lot.
Ugh.
phone call for Cross.
I don't know if I should be about cats.
You could go ahead and me and Companion keep talking.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I apologize.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But like
Well,
Companion,
that's
like
enough to talk about cats.
there's RPGs that have like 20 characters, or like Chrono Cross is a great one. Like there's however many characters in that game, like 80 or some crap. It's like how do you even care about these people?
Well, what do you mean in RPGs?
Like in RPGs, like Chrono Cross is an RPG, so
Well, just because
so
there's so many people in an RPG, you can have there's like certain relationship levels, obviously, and
you gotta, if you're gonna put in like 80 people, you really need to do something with the characters. You can't just have them exist. Like not in an RPG.
so story development. Then you want story development.
What I'm saying is these people, like a lot of companies nowadays, seem to be overreaching with their goals. They're putting in too many characters for what story they're developing. They're putting in too many weapons for, their gameplay. Because you can't have 900 weapons in like a 20-hour game. No one's going to ever care about that.
Well, what games are you talking about?
I just mentioned Chrono Cross.
Chrono Cross.
Battle Princess Arcadia has 900 weapons that you can upgrade and mess with. Like, there's just a lot of games nowadays where this is kind of the new, like, they're just putting too much in.
I don't play very many RPGs, so I don't.
Which game are you talking about now?
We're still talking about just general.
Chrono Cross and stuff. But if you're gonna go with a game like Call of Duty, where it's focused on multiplayer, then you should. There's almost
Call
no
of Duty,
story development on there.
I can understand because it is all multiplayer. I don't even think they care about their storyline at this point.
Yeah, I
But,
don't
like,
know if
Halo, I
games
feel-
are really getting more complicated per se, because they used to be. I don't know if you played in some of the original like computer games where things were ridiculously complicated, and even like the original Fallouts were pretty complicated with their UI, just like knowing everything that you're supposed to do,
Oh God, I tried going
No,
back
but
and
that's-
playing those.
and they didn't even have a tutorial back then.
Yeah, but that's it's not like a. I don't know. I feel like Fallout did it in a way that was pretty great. Like for instance, Crossy, you've played Chrono Cross or looked at it. Or
Yes, I've beaten Chrono Cross multiple times.
You'd say there's too many characters in that game. You've said it many times.
Yes. Well,
They
it'd
do
be
not
fine if
put
they
the
were
characters.
fleshed out, but most of them are dumb and serve no purpose.
Yeah, so it's like, why put them in?
Like the mushroom guy with the axe, or the voodoo doll, or the space alien, or the dragon baby.
Like, there's a lot of games that come out now that do that kind of thing. They put too many characters in that they don't do
Yeah.
anything with.
But like
That's what I'm-
Suikoden did it right. Suikoden had even more characters, and usually each of those characters had a function, and they usually had a little bit of personality when they were on the screen.
Yeah, that'd be doing it right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that idea. But having throwaway characters who you might introduce for one battle and then be like, yeah, they're done.
Mm.
Like Final Fantasy Tactics. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't want to bash it, but when they introduced Malik and Rafa, who the hell cared?
Yeah.
They weren't important to that. They weren't even important to their own arc.
Yeah,
Let
and
alone
they
the
aren't even
game.
good in combat.
Yeah.
But no, like that's the thing though. Like that's a pretty old game, and even like Final Fantasy IV introduced tons of characters, and they immediately got rid of them. Like I think the monk was only there for like 20 minutes, and then you never saw him again. Like, so that's why I don't know if it's getting worse or anything. I think it's just always been like that, and the only reason that you might be seeing an increase in that is because now with the freemium models where you can sell extra guns and stuff, there's incentive to add a bunch of useless weird stuff for people to buy things.
Yeah, and since games can be bigger as far as like actual space taking up,
Well, it
you
depends
can throw
on.
in crap as well.
Well, yeah, it depends on where they go with it and what they do. Like with free-to-play games, like you said, hopefully they can just add them in a certain way. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I don't know
I
either.
was trying to contribute to the discussion, but then I lost track. of what
Companion
I was
hasn't
saying.
slept in around 24 hours,
Yeah,
so
Because he's dumb.
but I did remember what I wanted to say. But if you guys aren't finished, then
not rugged.
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. So, the Oculus Rift is looking to be a pretty damn cool piece of technology.
Hmm.
Have you guys heard anything about it?
Yeah, and for people who don't know, it's basically this visor that you put over your head, and then you can see the video games, and it's basically the precursor to VR.
It is VR.
Well, is it?
Yes.
If you
That-
can't move it with your mind, it's not true VR.
Uh,
I mean, maybe if you were walking on a treadmill, I'd count it, but...
well, they
If you
actually
still have to use a
designed a
controller.
treadmill thing.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it's amazing. They had it
Okay.
at PAX Prime, and basically it like straps. It has like these strap things that go to the bottom of your shoes, and you
Mhm.
walk around in it. And
How do you not fall over and die?
They have like a band holding you, like a thing, a strap.
Good God,
All I
it goes
know-
so fast. It's creepy.
All I know is that about the Oculus Rift is that it's gotten a lot of people behind it. It's got Notch behind it from Minecraft. He likes it.
Yeah.
It's got Shuhei Yoshida, whoever that guy is, president of Sony's Computer Entertainment Worldwide Studios.
Mm.
He's mentioned it was great. If I knew how to actually pronounce his name, that'd help. And then the guy who runs Valve actually also said he really liked it.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like this thing
That's
is.
surprising, because this is like the first generation of this technology. The fact that it's getting that big of a praise, like the Kinect didn't get this praise.
Well, that's
No,
because the
the Kinect
Kinect
was like-
wasn't near. It didn't have nearly as much idea behind it, and not enough.
Now,
Like-
if you can bind the Kinect and the Oculus Rift and a treadmill,
Well, what is the Kinect gonna do?
well, it's gonna be so you can like punch and stuff. It'll make you punch in game.
Well, apparently, when you're standing up and when you put the Oculus Rift on, you lose your senses of the real world or something like that, and your immediate reaction is to fall over.
Oh, so see, that's what. And then you're on a treadmill. That's great.
Well, no, they have a hoist, so you can.
Oh,
Yeah,
so basically, don't play it with jerk roommates that are gonna screw with you.
exactly.
Oh, imagine horror games.
Oh my god. I wonder what the retail price for the Oculus Rift is gonna be.
Oculus Rift Slenderman.
What?
Probably.
Oculus Rift Slenderman.
Oh.
You're gonna play
Oh
Slenderman
god.
with the Oculus Rift, and I'll be like, done, and then you'll try to really run away, but even the hoist, you'll just keep on running like in the cartoons where you go nowhere.
I'd imagine it'd be pretty expensive, wouldn't it? Because I mean, it's.
Oh, probably.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it was being run in 1080p too. Like it wasn't. It
Well,
wasn't a
they have-
slack off piece of junk.
You can actually get an Oculus Rift now, I think, for $300.
yeah, so you would imagine it would be lower price than that.
Yeah, but not if they include a treadmill with it.
Well, no.
Then
that's
I
a
gotta
se-
think that's
a-
gotta be like
that's
1,000
totally
at least.
different thing.
Oh,
Yeah, developed by a different person.
oh, so just something to use in conjunction, but not an official thing of the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I really want to get my hands on one, but I'm poor and I'm too lazy to get a job. So,
You're only 17. You don't get a damn job yet.
hey, my friend has a job. And a
I'm just
car.
saying you don't need. Well, if you're gonna get a car, yeah, but it's probably just better if you concentrate at school and don't get a car. But whatever.
You poor child.
Car.
We don't feel that. We don't actually feel bad at you for
I
you at all.
have I have a terrible life.
That's what you get for living in. I'm not going to get it right. Minnesota.
Hey, don't
got it
let's-
right.
You know how many people are gonna be looking for Cube in Minnesota now? They're gonna be like, "Hey, have you seen?"
I could tell
Cube?"
them what city you live in. You want me to do that?
Go. No. It's-
Why did you
I
almost
don't-
say go ahead?
I don't care.
Yes, Cube in Minnesota. They will then find your internet identity. That'll.
This will be the podcast where Relic tells you all the specifics about Cube, and you can see how massive of a stalker Relic actually is.
Hmm.
Man, he's just in my closet right
His
now.
house number, his name, just all of it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That'd be hilarious.
So that French game that I was talking about before, where you're on the beach, that it's not. It's a weird ass game, but with the Oculus Rift, it'd actually probably be amazing because the visuals in that game are really great.
Do they have it on the Oculus Rift?
I don't know, but they should. It's perfect for it. It's probably the best game that they could put on there to show it off.
Well, they have a roller coaster thing.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
I
We're
love how
apparently-
Cross
But-
just immediately flip flop.
No, because it really is better than walking on a beach or roller coaster, yeah. But
Yeah.
it'd be good. That game was kind of, I don't know, I kind of like that French game because I played it when I was trying to go to sleep, and it actually did relax me enough to go to sleep, which is impressive, but
Well,
still weird.
sucks that you can't do an LP on it though.
I might do a quick video on it, but we can't do a co-op LP like I think you and Relic were going to do one,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work the way we thought it did, so.
Yeah, you can't actually join up with another friend unless you've
But-
got really lucky.
And even if you could, it wouldn't matter, because then you're just playing word chess. But
Yeah.
all right, you got anything else, Relic, or if you don't, I could. I'm just saying, I don't want to like trample over your topics because if you don't have anything, I can just talk about random games. But I don't want to have like if you had prepared something, I don't want to like not do it because we only got like 20 minutes left.
You're the guy with all the topics, so unleash.
Well, Cross, I told you a topic a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still remember it?
No.
Oh,
Well-
well, Attack on Titan's getting a
Oh.
game.
That's right.
Don't
Yeah,
they
so
have
real
a
game. No, a real
No, they
game,
have the
not like
Flash
the one,
game.
not like the one that you keep on telling me to play, and I'm like, haha, I'll play it.
It's
So
actually
there's been
really
teasers. Well, yeah, look, the anime looks great, but I haven't started watching it yet.
Mhm.
But there's been teasers that it's going to be for the 3DS.
Is it going to be a visual novel? That would be
Nope.
hilarious.
Think so, on all honesty. But they haven't released any specifics yet, other than that it's going to be on the Nintendo 3DS. It's all they've released.
good. I want to know
But
if they're gonna have an English port to America.
Oh, probably not.
probably not.
God damn it.
But in prep for this, they've actually decided, in prep for this, they're going to make a browser game just to gauge, how excited people are for this.
Oh boy, it's
And so they've actually opened, like a free version of this,
Mhm,
Attack on Titan: Wings of Counterattack Online,
mhm.
which is a browser game where you focus on your character customization like most other browser games, but I think that they also have you actually doing things, which
Hmm.
is good. I would be more specific, but I don't know what most of the terms in Attack on Titan are because I haven't watched it at all.
I'm assuming it's all in Japanese,
Yeah,
so we
more
so
than
we can't play it then.
definitely.
The stuff with Google Translate, and that always works perfectly.
But apparently, you can customize your characters, you can connect with friends, then you can go and fight Titans. I don't know what kind of manner you'd fight the Titans in, but apparently you can do it.
Yeah, the way you fight them is you have jetpacks and wires and two swords, and you stab them in the neck.
Well,
That's
I don't
how
know
they
how
do it.
they'd handle it for the browser, if it'd be like text-based or
Yeah.
what it would be.
Hmm.
Mini GIF, who knows?
Well, they could just like steal the indie game and put a license over it and be like, "We made this."
I should probably play that game.
You should. Why are you putting it off so? are you
Because
putting
every
it off
time you
because
mention
told
it,
you to
I
play
say
it?
I'm going to do it, and then I forget, and then I don't remember until you mention it again.
Or
In fact, I'm not
you-
going to play it, because as soon as we end the podcast, I'm going to forget.
How about I just shove it in your face and be like,
Just post a link in the chat or something. I don't know.
But yeah, it's neat that such a popular anime is getting a video game.
Cool. And I would
And-
be surprised if the anime didn't come out in America in some form, because it's ridiculously popular right now.
Yeah, and since it's so popular, if the anime doesn't come out in America, I would assume the game still would, just because they actively own the license to the game. I'm not sure if they actively own the license to the specific
They-
anime or not.
God.
Usually don't release games that they haven't released the anime for.
There's
like-
Neuro
I don't know,
Guy
they'd like to
beating
do
me
it.
to the punch again.
It's still a
Mr.
possibility, and that's all that matters.
But I'm hoping the actual game, and I don't know if it's going to be on DS, but I'm hoping it's similar to Attack of the Colossus, but like way faster pace. Like, oh god, I would love that.
Well,
But
they have some high expectations to live up to. So it'll be interesting to see when it's finally done what it looks like, what the actual game, and not the browser-based version, what the actual game looks like on the 3DS at that point.
Hmm.
Because if
Yeah.
it's actually, like the combat from the anime, that
Oh,
would be
God.
pretty BA.
no, it'd be amazing. Like that game is like the combat in the anime like is perfect for a video game if they can capture it correctly.
Just letting you guys know, if you haven't seen Attack on Titan the anime, you should totally go watch it. But unfortunately, the only way to watch it is to pirate it or stream it.
Yeah. Like there's no
Because
legal way.
we're
to watch it.
America.
There's no legal way to watch it though.
They're missing out on so much money by not porting it.
Well, how are they supposed? It's hard to track interest in something whenever it's pirated too. Like you can't.
Well,
it's
actually,
not like
that's
they're just like, oh,
that's how they've gauged interest in a lot of anime that they brought over. So they
Yeah,
complain about the piracy, but they are using it.
it's the thing though. Like you can't just be like, if I pirated something right now, if I don't mention that I've taken it or mention that that's a good anime, they don't know.
Well, they can just look at the numbers. Like the reason they brought over Fullmetal Alchemist and Death Note was both because of pirating numbers. I mean, they probably would have brought over Fullmetal Alchemist anyway because it was stupidly popular in Japan. But I know Death Note. They brought that out like a lot earlier than they probably would have because they're like, yeah, everyone's watching this. Also, Death Note, one of my favorite animes ever. Everyone should watch that.
Apparently, the NSA is tracking people who are downloading stuff, so that's nice.
Yep.
But
Well, not the NSA, but I think the CIA has been tracking Pirate Bay for a long time and just collecting IP addresses, and they can't do anything with them yet, but they got them.
well,
So one day, except they weren't even secretive about that. They're like, "Yeah, we're tracking you're tracking your things. Do this at your own risk." So,
I wanted to mention the Awesomots Kickstarter again.
Oh,
And I wanted to
great.
say that they have reached their goal for people who haven't been following.
they reached in like 3 days.
Well, more like a week, really.
3 days.
They have $181,000 out of a $125,000 goal, and they're almost to their first stretch goal, which is a new map and music. And my favorite thing that I really want is at 270,000 the custom games. And you know that ain't unreachable because there's still
So-
15 days to go.
Is this your way of trying to get that? Preaching this to like 20 people. Go do this for me, for me.
But we need a game with all 6 people being Voltaire.
Yes,
And that's
that's
what happened.
exactly what I was thinking. I just posted this.
Or everyone's Leon and no one can see anyone the entire match.
I just posted it in the chat, the link to it. So go there and pledge tens of thousands of dollars.
All for Companion Cube. You don't actually get this. Just Companion gets it. No one else.
It's a fake.
Who the hell would be Armin in this game? What is wrong with people? Why is he even a choice? Why would you not just
What
be
are you
Masaka
talking
every single day?
about?
Oh, nothing. I may have opened up the game. Attack on Titan. Why would you be Armin? He doesn't do anything. Is he just gonna
Okay.
think at his powers to think up
careful with
strategies?
spoilers.
Why? Saying that he's smart? He's
Well,
just
I'm
gonna
have to
think
use
at the
this
Titans.
then. Spoil alert. Spoil.
That's not. No,
spoil-
don't do that. Don't stop. Whoa, that's awesome. Also, it's a lie. Get that off the screen. For God's sakes. Here's another spoiler. The main character's an asshole. Alright. So,
Oh god.
his things.
Great. Like half the people are hearing me in only their left ear, and the others are like, no, stereo. I don't-
Well, they
Oh.
should just take their speaker and cut it in half and then jam it in each ear.
Exactly. That's what I've been telling them to do.
Yeah.
But
Dun, ba-da-dun, dun, 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 dun.
Well, if you know what, if we're losing just Cube,
what?
you know, we could be a lot worse. If it's just Cube, who cares?
Hmm.
Oh, also, crap, I forgot to mention. Guess what?
Hmm?
Guess what?
Hmm?
Fallout 4 was apparently like somebody at IGN was like, "Yo, man, they're totally working on Fallout 4 over at Bethesda."
Okay.
Is that Please tell me that's how they sounded.
No, it's
Yo,
not.
man, we got Fallout 4!
It's
Please
coming
tell-
up right now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
doubt that's what happens.
I
Extremely
smell
offensive, yeah.
cocaine.
I still haven't beaten the third one.
You should
We
can't
haven't
find
had
it.
it for that long, so
Well, it's been like a month or something. I just keep on getting distracted by other games.
well, you
Yeah.
aren't LPing it, so you don't.
Well, I kind of want to, but I'm paranoid about the licensed music. Even though it's technically all public domain, that doesn't mean I won't be flagged for it because you. like that?
YouTube's bots are like,
Yeah, it's like, oh, that game from the 1940s, or that song from the 1940s. It's in public domain.
it's
You're
gonna
not
get
allowed.
pirated, and people are gonna rip it off the video with your audio and the gunfires and the bandits saying, "I'm gonna rip your head off," and people are just go
Yeah.
to the pirating website, get it from there.
Would you have anything else, Relic? Because if not, I could talk about a different game.
Oh, let's see what Cross has to talk about.
I started playing Game Dev Tycoon, and
Oh.
I watched part of your video on it, Relic. But did they add a thing where you could get a game report, or did you have that when you played?
Yeah, they added stuff.
Oh, so you could get a game report.
No, they added that.
Oh, okay. Apparently that was one of the flaws because you can never tell if your choices were right or not.
Yeah, you just had to guess.
Yeah.
Be like,
so-
it looked like it went up in stat.
Yeah, but now it'll be like you'll make an RPG and it'll be like storyline is very important for the art. I mean, you should have known that anyway. But like,
Well, they'll say like the reviewer might say like, their focus on storyline is really good, but it doesn't tell you more. Like it doesn't tell you that for each category. So
well,
it's
this one does. If you get a game report, it'll be random information, and it'll be like military and mature is a good pairing, you know, and
that yeah.
or like young people and the Game Boy is a good pairing, and you know, mature and the PC is actually really great too. I made so many PC games because that never goes out of style. It's just always
Yeah,
there.
and it just like that sounds like they took all the random information that you would find elsewhere, like
Mhm.
elsewhere for that game, and they just put it onto one convenient place, which would
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah, I heard that
So-
the only problem was that there wasn't enough communication with what you did wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like
there
if
is-
you wanted to figure out like what you wanted, you first off like the end screen for the game would say like good combo, and then
Mhm.
you'd know okay that's a good combo,
Well,
and
still,
then
that's not.
the reviewers would tell you like one thing like hey your focus on strategy did good.
yeah.
Thanks, dumbass.
I
It's
made a
strategy game.
freaking time traveler strategy game, and they said it was a terrible combination. I think it'd be cool to like you go to different periods. Why is it?
It'd be like Doctor Who.
Because it'd be like playing Warcraft and then going backwards.
Well, I was thinking it would be like Rise of Nations because that takes place during several different time periods.
But
It
is that
probably
really time
just
travel?
didn't think of it your way.
Yes, that's what it was.
I don't think
They
that's
did-
time travel, really.
Well, no, but the excuse for going to the next stage would have been time travel.
I don't think they. I don't think.
No,
they,
I know they couldn't account for my
You
ideas.
outthought Game Dev Tycoon, man.
Yes, but alternate history and strategy is apparently amazing.
Well,
So you
let's-
can fight in World War III on the Nazi side because they won World War II. That was my game. Nazi, what was it? Nazi Overdrive or something? I don't remember what I called it. But
All right.
I made a bunch. And also, I made this really successful game, and then I made another one that was exactly like it, and it got like 2s because it was too similar to the previous game. They're like,
Yeah,
this
you
isn't
can't
anything
make
new.
back to back. I got away with back to back though, just because I had such a long stretch between two games.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
By the
But mine
way,
was like immediate.
there might be a certain Let's Play on a certain Relictize channel of Game Dev Tycoon featuring
I like that it doesn't have a channel, so
featuring Team Handsome in the workplace.
Yeah, I watched part of that.
the only thing that mattered was that I just ripped off Final Fantasy. And that's what I
Oh.
made my millions on.
The second time I played after I got bankrupt, I just made a time traveling RPG called Chrono Trigger, and I made $2 million. And then later on, I made the sequel, Chrono Trust, for the Game Station or whatever it's called.
You know, I played that game a bit, and my first, the first, you know, you have that big hit. It was on the the Game Boy,
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like I missed out a lot on money. So it's on the Game Boy and not a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird because it actually really follows how the game industry won.
Yeah, like if the Commodore 64 comes out, if you put a game on that immediately, you'll get sales. It's just
Yeah.
it's not gonna last.
Oh, I put an amazing strategy game on the Commodore 64 because apparently strategy games are ace on that. But like, the only thing my criticization is that since the storyline does follow reality, I gotta think the replay value just shoots down to hell. Because
Yeah,
once you beat it, everything is gonna happen exactly the same again.
And you can just keep playing for forever,
Mm-hmm.
which that's not really that appealing.
Yeah, because
I mean, it's kinda
sense,
cool.
right?
Like yeah, nothing else happens, nothing continues. So it's like what's the point then?
Mm. It's also
And then
kind of depressing in a way because your character is just in that room for years, never aging, never interacting, just making games.
Oh, you guys are
And what-
still talking about
A
Game.
big criticism I have of that game is
Mm.
once you get out of the middle office, the second place that you're in,
Mm-hmm.
you're never going to go bankrupt. If you're in the large
Oh.
office, you're never going to go bankrupt
Why?
because you have to really fuck up to go bankrupt. Like
Oh.
you have to put out an exponentially bad game to not make money on a game.
Gotcha.
It's dumb.
I know what game you could put out to make it a smash hit. You could put out a game called
Do not mention Iron
Ironclad's
anything. No, you
American
son of a bitch.
Civil War.
You stop talking about that goddamn game.
It'll be a hit, smash hit overnight, and it'll
Ugh.
rake in millions of dollars.
I hope the game has code that if you type that into the thing, it automatically fails.
Actually, the game. I hate. This is another thing I didn't like about it was that it rewarded you for stealing name titles, like Halo,
Did
for
it?
instance. Yeah, because there are posters that would indicate like this game you should like this. There'd be like a Galo poster,
a Halo poster.
and it's like
It's amazing.
I really
Like-
hope that's not how they changed it.
Galo.
they did.
3.
They made the H to G. I'm pretty
Why
sure.
Any other letter would have been better.
I'm almost certain. I could be wrong,
Oh my
but
God. No, I don't like that. But then why didn't I get? Maybe did you think I got a Chrono Trigger bonus?
no,
No, but I
there's
think
no
the-
Chrono Trigger opponent. You have to actually use the name of a poster that's in the office.
Oh.
In the very first place, since there's that Pong poster, you get a secret achievement for doing Pong.
Oh.
So, which I don't like. I'm like,
Hmm.
just encouraging me to steal names like Okami and Star Citizen
Hmm.
and Halo.
Well, apparently Star Citizen is looking pretty good.
Giant Citizen Kabuto.
Oh,
It's much more hilarious to steal a game but not use the same title and try
We're
to
apparently,
make up another title.
we're apparently like 4 minutes left. Jeez, that went by fast.
Hmm.
Forgot how fast these things go.
It's all thanks to you bringing all those topics, companion.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
I carried it, and yes.
You always carry us. That's why whenever you're gone, and me and Cross we actually spend like 6 extra hours talking about what we're gonna do with this podcast when you're not here.
Yeah, we actually have to use like a face cam, so we have chalkboards and stuff to keep track of all the
Yeah.
information.
And we just it's a
Like-
long process.
There's
man.
maps and everything,
They have,
and like even
football
then,
layouts.
And one time we
plans.
actually figured out a way to like win the Battle of Agincourt, but that wasn't part of the podcast, so we had to actually cut that out. It's pretty terrible.
I no longer know what you're
How,
talking
how
about.
did you do it? How did you do that live? How'd you cut it out when it's live?
We cut it out of the the plans,
Pre-show.
man. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
sure.
we just didn't talk about it. That thing that I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't talk about it.
It was a major battle in the 100 Years of Warcross.
Did we want it?
It was between France and England.
Did we win?
We were-
Anyway, moving on to we should probably wrap this up or something then.
Nope. All right, Tekken.
God.
Now my favorite
No,
character.
okay, goodbye everybody. It was
Did you want to say what was on your channel, companion? Oh, that's right, nothing. All right, next.
Hey, I'm not the person who says that.
You suck.
Oh, you meant it as
Wait.
an insult. Oh,
No, do you actually have content, or because I know you said you didn't have anything before.
Yes, I do now.
Yeah, he's got him popping a spider egg sack on his channel.
Dude, that would get views. Do it.
No, I would just have to spray raid on that
Especially if you
damn
recorded
thing.
it in slow motion.
Oh my
People are
God.
obsessed with slow mo.
I don't want babies crawling around my window being like, hey, hey.
Dude, you would.
I
You'd
don't
make
see
the-
a benefit to this.
Use a
you-
flamethrower.
If you did anything in slow mo to that spider's nest, I guarantee 2 million views in 24 hours.
And add dubstep. Oh my God, dubstep flamethrower fighter flag.
And
Slow motion.
Technicolor. And Technicolor. This
Yes.
wraps
Boom. Thousands of views. I'm not going to give you
Millions
millions, but
of views.
thousands of views.
views. Millions of views.
Billions
You'd be
of
rich,
views.
Man. You would be on like all of the international television shows because people would just love it.
Take that Gundam style. There's a new champion in town.
Oh yeah, Companion Cube coming to no.
Spider
Well,
Slayer.
you're gonna have to change your name because otherwise people are just gonna assume it's Portal and they're gonna care about you anyway. So, but otherwise, money.
Mm.
Under Hell, Half-Life 2 mod that's still going, and that game, the one that was almost as good as Ironclad's American Civil War, the boat game, Leviathan Warships.
Oh, that game's actually good. Don't compare them.
that, g- that should be coming up sometime soon. And
You will see our amazing strategy that is better than any other strategy ever.
Yes. And then maybe Dead Space 3 if Relic and I can actually, record
By the
that
way,
sometime.
because since we do this on a weekly basis anyway, you guys, we could talk about the Humble Weekly Bundle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
It's a thing we could do.
That one's pretty good. Actually, yeah, try to get as many people as possible to play Showdown Effect so people actually play it. Damn it. We're the only 4 people to play it. This is me, Relic Companion, and Budkiss, it seems.
Yeah, well, the game sucks anyway. So I don't know.
Great game.
Nope.
The
I don't
Humble
remember
Weekly
well in the
Bundle.
Humble Indie Bundle. I know that there were a couple of games for the weekly sale.
has
Not the comic
more-
books. The comic books sucked.
It has War of the Roses, Leviathan Warships,
The best
Dungeon
game.
Land. Dungeon
It is the best
Land.
game. I got the cards from it, then deleted it.
We should all play Dungeon Land.
Yeah, I have it up right now. So the weekly deal for Humble Indie Bundle. This is what you'd get for only buying it for like $1 because you have to buy for $1 since it's all Steam. I think. You get Europa Universalist 3, the complete edition, War of the Roses Kingmaker, Warlock, Master of the Arcane, Leviathan Warships, Dungeon Land, and the Showdown effect. And if you choose to pay over the average, which is $5.80, you get Crusader Kings 2 and Magicka. And in addition to this,
Oh dear.
in addition, you get the soundtracks of each game. So
Yep, Magic is a great